Everything is the worst. Life is collectively terrible, and I am in constant punishment for being alive with all its emptiness and responsibility of happiness. I'm RK, and I need to take a shower so I can't tell if I'm crying or not. Talking horses with depression are culturally effed. Bojack Horseman is the story of a worn-out, depressed, alcoholic, drug-addicted 90s sitcom star who begins the long climb back to celebrity relevancy. The ascension is full of self-hatred, loathing, and casual misanthropy of Bojack's everyday life and activities. Season 1 is built around Bojack's biography and framed around his relationship with his ghostwriter, Diane Nguyen. I don't know. They pronounce it a bunch of different ways in the show. Today we're going to focus on just Season 1, which is all about collectivism and celebrity culture. We will be discussing the show openly, so spoiler alert if you haven't seen the first season of Bojack Horseman. People who are known to many people are called famous, or celebrities, or popular. One way to become famous is to be on a popular sitcom just like Bojack did. Celebrity culture is in the magazines, photoblogs, and social media feeds that the masses subscribe and buy into. When a celebrity has a habit of publicly embarrassing themselves, getting into illicit behavior, or just in the public eye a lot as they fuck up, are called train wrecks. Bojack Horseman is not the only individual on the show to descend into this self-destructive behavior, as shown by his former horsing around co-star, Saralyn. The former child star is a parody of actors formerly produced out of Disney's child actor juggernaut from around the same time period, and is shown in this season to be in the decline of her music career. This kind of celebrity culture, in short, is a kind of collectivism. Collectivism is like the opposite of individualism, and it encourages social conformism that people should be dependent on others to form a sense of goodness. But in our capitalist celebrity culture, that good is often just money. Bojack and Saralyn are constantly being molded to fit the shape of their clientele, rather than be who they are or who they want to be. Season 1 deals with characters who struggle against the common thought, and it's the clash against this common thinking that pushes the plot. Hollywood in the show is permanently preoccupied on making as much money as possible, no matter the ethical outcome. Even when the surface of their deeds is seemingly selfless or charitable, in the end, everyone depicted in the industry is out for themselves. Princess Carolyn is so used to this fakery that she can't even tell that Vincent Adult Man is actually 2 kids stacked under a trench coat. Bojack himself opens up an orphanage, but does so completely unknowingly and unintentionally. From the beginning of the show, we see the trend of individual versus collective. Bojack struggles with the meaning of his decisions without considering their impact. He agrees to write a memoir that he relentlessly ignores and procrastinates, even though, or maybe because, a whole publishing company is relying on him. Later, Bojack receives praise for his honest biography that he didn't even write. Although the biography itself is not what he wanted, he got the results he cared for. His desires as an individual are not worth anything in the grand scheme of Hollywood. Bojack doesn't care about the steps in order to ensure his comeback, he only cares about the results. He inadvertently insults everybody, unwisely contacts enabler Saralyn, steals the D from Hollywood, and attempts to sabotage a wedding. He acts by considering only his individual thoughts and feelings. In episode 8, Bojack attempts to reconnect with an old friend who he betrayed 20 years ago for the sake of his own career. In between the seasons of Horsing Around, his old friend and producer of the show, Herb Kazaz, was outed in a discriminatory sex scandal. The production company ended up firing Herb, and Bojack did nothing. As Bojack attempts to make amends, Herb denies him the pleasure of an apology. In a sense, Herb and Bojack share in each other's individuality that tears them from the tendrils of Hollywood. They both crave their individuality and creative independence, but Hollywood discards anything unusual from the norm, and as a result, they both struggle with what is expected from them. Diane also struggles with this outcast mentality. In episode 5, she returns back to her family home after receiving news of her father's passing. Immediately, she stands out from her family. Not only is she the only female sibling, her clothes stand out, her body language appears strained, and she is the outsider even though there's literally an adopted black sheep in the family. However, this black sheep has adapted to the collective mentality of their sports and beer-loving family. Diane distances herself as an individual, a stranger in her own family home. Saralyn follows a similar storyline to Bojack himself, though far more successful in her own career. Still ongoing if being overshadowed by the younger, sexier
Sextina Aquafina, baby!
She started out on the same show as Bojack and a short time later becoming a world-famous pop music star. The first thing Bojack says to Saralyn in episode 3.
Hey, you see those people?
Yeah?
Well, those boobs and jerkwads are the best friends you'll ever have. Without them, you're nothing. Remember that. Your family will never understand you. Your lovers will leave you or try to change you. But your fans, you be good to them, and they'll be good to you. The most important thing is you gotta give the people what they want. Even if it kills you. Even if it empties you out until there's nothing left to empty. No matter what happens, no matter how much it hurts, you don't stop dancing, and you don't stop smiling, and you give those people what they want.
And action!
Why aren't you dressed for school, Prickly Muffin?
Harsh. This mirrors Bojack's mother from a later episode. Almost the exact same thing is said to a baby Bojack who was forced to perform for his mother's dinner party guests.
You've got an audience out there, and they want to hear you sing. Now, you want your mommy to love you. You go out there, and you do the only thing you're good for, which is singing that goddamn lollipop song.
It's also addressed in a much softer way by art director and show producer Lisa Hanawald's book, My Dirty Dumb Eyes. In it, a camel is artistically dissatisfied and depressed about her sculpting. Her cat boyfriend says to keep doing it, that it doesn't matter if you feel bad or not. For me, the camel and cat are almost like a gender-swapped Bojack and former girlfriend and current agent, Princess Carolyn. In a talk Lisa Hanawald did, she admitted that the camel was her, and represented and addressed her own depression and artistic dissatisfaction, but dedication to move forward. A much more positive message than Bojack or his mother could have put it. This unified opinion of Hollywood eliminates all personal preference, valuing only the popular. The ability to say no or to have boundaries seems alien and allows the destruction of the characters and those around them. Bojack Horseman is a depressing, realistic approach to celebrity, at least as real as can be depicted in a world that has both talking chickens and chicken livestock. There is only popularity. Success is measured by money. The individual has no advantage and is forced to conform to a broader collective. But it's ultimately up to ourselves to create our own happiness and to find satisfaction in the things we do and create. There is only Hollywood and no stars, but there are celebrities. Do they know things? What do they know? We'll find out next time on Culturally Effed. Let me know down in the comments what you think Season 1 is really about, and we'll discuss them when we look at the meaning behind Bojack Horseman Season 2. I've been your host RK, and thanks for watching. Hi, I'm Rusty Shackelford. Wasn't that episode special? I think it's my new favorite. It was made by these really nice people. If you like any of them, or if you like that episode, or if you like me, like, share, and subscribe. Share with all of your friends. Force them to watch it, strap them down, and make sure they watch every episode of Culturally Effed until their eyes bleed. Or, just hit like. Haha!